Beautiful people are born every day. But on July 26, 1945, the world welcomed a woman who would rule both stage and screen like true royalty. Her name? Helen Mirren. The Dame, the Queen, the Force. Born as Elena Lydia Vasilievna Mironov in Hammersmith, London, she carried the blood of Russian aristocracy, but her roots were humble. Her father, once a taxi driver, had changed their last name to Mirren to blend in. But destiny had something else in mind. Helen wasn't meant to blend in, she was born to stand out. Not through fairy tales, but through Shakespeare. As a teenager, she joined the National Youth Theatre and stunned audiences as Cleopatra. That performance changed everything. Soon, she became a part of the Royal Shakespeare Company, breaking every rule of beauty, age, and class on stage. She wasn't the perfect princess. She was the imperfect, powerful woman the world didn't know it needed. Helen's film career began with small roles in the late 60s and 70s Age of Consent, Oh, Lucky Man, The Long Good Friday, but she didn't play it safe. She dared to take bold, controversial roles often criticized for her sensuality, but she never apologized. She once said, "Women have got to stop being polite. If you're going to be a power in the world, then you have to own that power." In the 90s, Hollywood called louder. She starred in The Madness of King George, Gosford Park, and Calendar Girls. Then came the role that would crown her career. Queen Elizabeth II in The Queen. Helen didn't just play the monarch. She became her grace, pain, silence, control. It earned her an Oscar, a BAFTA, a Golden Globe, and the world's deepest respect. But awards weren't her goal. Helen's fight was for older women, forgotten women. She defied Hollywood's obsession with youth. In her 60s, she wore a red bikini that shook the internet. In her 70s, she walked fashion runways. And now, at 80, she stars in 1923, Golda, and Barbie Still Fierce, Still Unstoppable. Off-screen, she's been married to director Taylor Hackford since 1997. They have no children, but Helen once said, "I have no maternal instinct. And yet I've mentored hundreds of women through my roles." Dame Helen Mirren holds something few in the world ever will. The Triple Crown of acting in both the UK and the US, Tony, Emmy, Oscar, BAFTA. She's not just an actress. She's a revolution in pearls and power. On July 26th, we don't just celebrate her birthday. We celebrate the courage to age with fire, to speak with elegance, to live like a queen without asking for a throne. Happy birthday, Dame Helen. The world is your stage, and you never forget your lines.
One name, one story, one legacy that shaped the world. Welcome to Timeless Voices, where legendary lives come to life.
Now it's time for the wild child of rock, Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger. He was born in Dartford, England, and grew up with a love for blues and rhythm that never left him. Co-founder and electrifying frontman of the Rolling Stones, he turned rock and roll into rebellion. Knighted by the Queen in 2003, Mick has 8 children with 5 different women, proving fame comes with a wild heart. From Satisfaction to Start Me Up, his voice shaped generations and his dance moves broke every rule. He isn't just a rock star, he's the eternal youth of music, still alive, still on fire at 81. Now let's shift gears to the king of high-speed stunts, Jason Statham. Jason Statham. Born in Derbyshire, England, he trained as a diver before jumping into action films with raw intensity. From The Transporter to Fast and Furious, he's known for doing his own stunts and never faking a punch. He rose from market stalls and street hustling to Hollywood blockbusters without losing his street edge. He's engaged to model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and they share a son together. Jason is living proof that grit beats glamour every time. Now let's rewind to the master of visual storytelling, Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick. Born in New York to Jewish immigrant parents, Kubrick found his first love behind a camera at age 13. He redefined cinema with films like The Shining, 2001, A Space Odyssey, and A Clockwork Orange. His work was cold, calculated, and deeply human, reflecting the fears and obsessions of mankind. He was intensely private, married to Christiane Kubrick, and raised 2 daughters quietly outside the spotlight. Stanley didn't just direct movies, he built worlds that still haunt our dreams. Now stepping into the spotlight, Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. Born in New Jersey, he had a troubled childhood and channeled that energy into powerful performances. He won 2 Oscars, The Usual Suspects and American Beauty, before becoming the ruthless Frank Underwood. Spacey also served as artistic director of London's Old Vic Theatre, making classical drama newly dangerous. His personal life has been marred by controversy, ending his public career in scandal. Yet in his prime, Kevin held the stage like a king until the curtain fell. Let's now talk about the fierce and fabulous Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale. Born in London to actors Richard Beckinsale and Judy Liu, performance was in her blood. She gained international fame in Underworld, mixing elegance with vampire vengeance. Educated at Oxford, she blends brains with beauty, charm with chaos on and off screen. She's a mother to 1 daughter with her ex-partner, director Len Wiseman. Kate carved her place in Hollywood not through noise, but by outlasting trends. Now onto the sharp tongue of television, Jeremy Piven. Raised in a family of actors in Illinois, Jeremy trained at his parents' theater school before Hollywood came calling. He won hearts and 3 Emmys as a Gold in Entourage, playing a chaotic agent with brutal wit. Known for his rapid-fire delivery, he's also starred in Serendipity, Old School, and Mr. Selfridge. Controversies dimmed his star, but his early talent was undeniable. Jeremy's story reminds us, brilliance often walks a fine, dangerous line. And now, glide gracefully into the story of Dorothy Hamill. Dorothy Hamill. Born in Chicago, she laced up skates at 8 and glided into history as America's figure skating sweetheart. She won Olympic gold in 1976 with grace in the iconic Hamill wedge haircut. Behind the spotlight, she battled depression and survived breast cancer with strength and honesty. She's been married and divorced 3 times, and is a proud mother to daughter Alexandra. Dorothy taught the world that beauty isn't in perfection, but in resilience. Let's now meet the mind behind modern psychology, Carl Jung. Carl Jung. Born in Switzerland, Jung studied medicine and became Freud's greatest student and then his greatest rival. He introduced groundbreaking ideas like the collective unconscious, archetypes, introverts versus extroverts. His work became the spiritual core of modern psychology, merging science with the soul. He married Emma Rauschenbach, a wealthy heiress, and had 5 children. Jung didn't just analyze dreams, he helped us interpret life itself. Now turn the page to the visionary author Aldous Huxley. Aldous Huxley. Born into a literary family in England, Huxley nearly went blind in youth but never stopped seeing the truth. He penned Brave New World, a dystopia eerily close to modern life, warning us of pleasure without purpose. A thinker, pacifist, and mystic, he experimented with psychedelics and wrote about mind expansion. Married twice, he spent his final years in Los Angeles, dying the same day JFK was shot. Aldous left us a chilling question. What if we destroy ourselves, not with hate, but with comfort? Finally, let's give the stage to the sharpest tongue in theater, George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw. Born in Dublin to a struggling family, Shaw taught himself through books and bold opinions. He became a Nobel Prize-winning playwright with works like Pygmalion and Man and Superman. A critic of war, capitalism, and even Shakespeare, he shook the stage with dangerous ideas. He never married or had children, but his words birthed movements. Shaw was fire in human form, clever, fearless, unforgettable. To all the legends born on July 26th, from the crown of Helen Mirren, to the howl of Mick Jagger, to the quiet genius of Carl Jung, you gave us stories, songs, courage, and chaos. Happy birthday to all. The world is richer because you were born.